Happy New Year, happy 2023. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, my babes, near and far. We are back in my foyer, wine in my foyer. It's me, c'est moi, Bianca. We are talking all the things, of course, a little bit of wine, New York City, and adulthood. And this week, resolutions. Why not? It's the top of the year. It's the thing on everybody's mind. Let's get into it. Okay, first up, as usual, we're going to talk about this wine, and I've talked about it before, so if you've been following me on Instagram, you might have seen that I've talked about this, but it's just so good. We have to talk about it again. Gruet, the sparkling wine. If you are into buying American made, it is American made. It's made in New Mexico, which is super rare. I've never had a wine from New Mexico, but this is delicious. And if you don't have Dom Perignon pockets, I currently do not, especially if you're hosting people. I cannot be buying 4 and 5 bottles of Krug or Dom Perignon for everybody, but this is budget friendly. I paid like $19 for this, and you can buy a whole rack load of it, and it has all the qualities of high class champagne. It's got the tiny bubble, it's made in Champenois style, and just the most beautiful brioche finish to it. So if you're looking for a high class at a quality price, Gruet sparkling wine is where it's at. Okay, cheers. All right, so you know, second up, we always talk a little bit about New York City, a little bit of New York City tips. And since it's New Year's, I feel like I should share a large New York City sentiment that maybe a lot of people don't know, but we don't go to Times Square. We watch it on TV, or we go to a party, or we go somewhere else. Personally, you'd have to pay me to go to Times Square on New Year's, which is why the people who are there, who live in New York, are being paid, like Anderson Cooper or what's the guy's name from Bravo? They're being paid to be there. But if they weren't being paid, I bet you $1 million they would not be there. From what I understand, you need to wear an adult diaper. I'm not signing up for that. Like, once you're in, you're in. Like, you got to go in like 8 hours before, and you're just locked in, standing up. Like, I'm not doing that. Times Square is a nightmare. We just don't go there. So if that's a dream of yours, great. But me as a New Yorker, I'm not going there. I think I would need like some kind of VIP situation, or like watch it from like a high up type of place, like a hotel or a lounge or something like that. Like, that's perfect. Temperature controlled, flowing drinks, plenty of bathrooms, no adult diapers, and a cute outfit. That's the way New Yorkers are gonna do a Times Square situation. But standing out there in the freezing cold, not happening. All right, guys, let's get into what's on everybody's mind, and that's New Year's resolutions. And I'm just not doing those anymore. Yes, am I creating plans? Am I setting intentions? Am I putting out things that I want to see for this year? Yes, but resolutions, to me, the way that I've wrapped my mind around them for so long just seems super harsh. So I've tried to this year rewire my brain in a way that allows me to enter this new year with peace and calm and less angst. And for me, setting resolutions in the way that I'd been doing them before was really not a good way to enter the year. So this year, I'm just not doing that. So before, it was kind of like, okay, I want my whole life to change in this year. Everything has to change. I have to be a gajillionaire. I have to do X, Y, and Z. I need to visit all these countries. I need to live in a mansion. And I mean, I had to list every single thing that I wanted in my whole life for that 1 year. And it started out my year with such like terrible feelings, like, oh, I haven't accomplished this, I haven't accomplished that. And on top of that, I need to do all of this year. It just was like, oh, like totally piled up, and just this huge weight of a way to start something new. And it just allowed for a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-doubt, and a lot of just this weight that went over the start of the new year. And I was just like, I'm not doing that this year. I've been working really hard on trying to enter things with peace, enter new situations, trying new things with peace and calm, and we were not bringing that energy into 2023. But now, what I'm trying to do and what I am doing is setting intentions and saying, okay, yes, I want these things, but also recognizing that those big things take a lot of time. So like if you have big goals for yourself, like really just be more kind, like just really give yourself a lot more space to be like, you know what, like doing this big thing is not gonna happen in 1 year or a few months. Like, yes, it could. I'm a believer in miracles for sure. Like things can just drop on your head, but like miracles normally coincide with work. And so if you have those big goals, just be a little bit more gentle to yourself, as I am for myself. Like, hey, this thing is kind of huge. It might take 2 or 3 years, but I'm still gonna point myself in that direction. I'm still gonna turn myself in that way and say, this is what I'm facing towards. This is what I'm moving towards. And it's going to happen, but maybe in a few years, maybe with a little bit of time. So what I'm first doing is setting out my desires and also trying to spend some time really writing out those desires, saying the things that I want out loud, writing them and saying them in a way that brings me peace and not angst, and not like I have to have, I gotta do, like, no, I'm not serving myself that type of energy, and you shouldn't either. So just using better words to describe the things that I want, things that bring me peace, joy, and excitement, and no angst. Putting it in a way that feels gentle to me, in a way that feels happy and joyful. I'm looking forward to these things happening, and I'm working towards them. And also, that's not to discount like those big goals. Like, yeah, if you want to freaking fly to the moon, if you want to freaking make $10 million in a year, have at it. Like, miraculous things happen to people. But in saying that, you also should recognize the work and the grit that you're going to have to do to achieve those things, and figure out a way for you to make that decision beforehand and be like, I'm okay with this. If you have those giant, leaping, life-changing goals, fab, I have them too, but just know that if that's the hat that you're putting on for the year, that there's a lot of work that's gonna go into that, and that should feel good to you. It shouldn't feel like, it should feel exciting. When you're making those lists, when you're setting those intentions, just as I'm doing, just trying to put that soft cloud over everything, because honestly, I just don't want to live in that space anymore. That space of feeling as though if I'm not here, there's a lack. If I haven't done this, then that's wrong. We have to leave space for delight and pleasure and play. But I mean that in the sense of like, if you believe in God or a creator, like this is what you want, but there's also gonna maybe be a little twist to it. Like I say I'm going over here, but you know what, maybe it might be a little bit west and not exactly that spot. Like, and you're still gonna be just as happy with those things. For me, as I'm going into 2023, I'm allowing room for surprises, which I like, and making lots of space for exploration, and even more space for kindness and gentleness and ease and peace, with a little bit of hard work, of course, as I walk into this new year. I no longer will accept those types of angsty feelings for the things that I want. I'm going to get there and they will happen, but to put on that anger and all of that weight, that no. Hopefully you guys are entering 2023 with positivity and love and happiness, and that you are writing those lists of your desires. And I encourage you, because we're gonna get there. Put in the work first for yourself, for you as a whole person, and then once you feel like you are working from that place of who you fully are and on your kind of healing journey, it's it's gonna move a lot faster for you, and it's gonna feel really good. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing, because I'm coming from a really good place. I'm feeling really good, and I haven't drank that much wine. It's not because of the wine. So cheers and happy 2023. I hope we all get all the things that we desire and manifest and are looking to achieve in ease and peace and delight. Cheers. See y'all next time, fam.